Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning,
I'm Josh.
and I am Sharon.
Listen. Thank you all so much for tuning in one more time to another conversation from the wall. We're excited that you guys woke up this Saturday morning to be on with us as hey man, get ready to bring you another conversation from the wall.
Hey, absolutely,
How you
Josh.
doing today, Miss Sharon?
Hey, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Just excited about where this podcast is going, and the people that are starting to tune in to what we're talking about. We're excited uh, for you all. Um, God is really in the blessing business with the podcast. We're
Man,
everywhere now.
that's right.
We're on Spotify.
TikTok,
Yeah. What else?
YouTube,
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, we're the Facebook. So we're everywhere. We just got to get the views up. So listen, don't forget to like.
Subscribe
Yeah.
and hit those bells notifications
That's right. So you can
each
be off.
time we come on.
That's absolutely. So you guys can be in tune to what we're doing when we're doing what we're doing. Right.
All right.
So yeah. So we really coming at you guys with another conversation from the wall. Um, Sharon, the other day I had seen a post that somebody had posted, and it began to make me start
It's a
thinking.
wonder. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, they began to um, post a post, and what I saw in the post, I kind of believed that it was a AI generated post,
Okay. Yeah.
and nothing was wrong with the flyer. It was a nice flyer, right? Uh, but I began to wonder, like sometimes I wonder if things are real, you know, or are they created?
Hmm.
And I noticed since AI have come along that it's easier now
It is.
for people to make themselves look more than they probably really are.
Absolutely.
And I kind of wonder where we draw the line between what's real and what's created. Let me paint the picture, if I may.
Okay. Go ahead.
AI did not create fake, right?
No,
AI did not create fake. What AI did is give you the tools.
to enhance it,
Yes, the
to
tools.
enhance
Mhm.
fakeness, right?
Yes.
Deception.
It give you the tools to enhance, um, or to say create something that you might
That you're
not.
not.
Right. Sharon gonna finish my sentences, y'all.
All right.
All right.
My bad.
So
My bad.
so it give you what you need, right? To
Mhm.
uh, because fake been around for a long time.
You right.
Fake was around before AI,
That's
right?
true.
So social media allowed us to fake things, right?
Mhm.
Um, now y'all chime in, y'all get in the chats with us because we ain't trying to go too deep on this here, but we do need to understand that um, we can present something to people that's really not who we are, and that can harm people or can harm us. There's nothing wrong with using AI. There's nothing wrong with we use it right here on the wall podcast, right?
Yeah.
But we use it for what is I feel like it's
Certain
intended for.
things.
What is I can't hear you.
We use it for certain things, not to take away our authenticness, you
Correct.
know.
Absolutely. And we use it to enhance. Let me give you this here. When people take the understand the difference between fake,
Mhm.
right, created and real or enhancement, there's a difference.
It's a difference.
When people before AI, when people take pictures to go on social media, sometimes people take up to 50 pictures, believe it or not. 5, 10, 15, 20 pictures. And then out of those pictures, 50 pictures they done took, they'll choose the best one that they want to post. Is
That's
that fake? No.
mm,
That's just you trying to. put your best self forward, right?
That's right.
But that same person can take a picture,
Mhm.
filter this picture,
Yeah.
change their appearance, change their nose structure, change their eye colors, uh, change their scenery where they at.
Yeah.
Is that enhancement or is that created? To me, that's created,
Yeah, that's creative there.
right? Right?
Yeah.
What's your thought? Because it's
Yeah.
a fine line.
Yeah. When I look at it, that's being created, you know what I mean? Taking your photo or just taking something that you're currently in and
Hmm.
changing the scenario or changing the scenery to something that is not real. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I tell people all the time, listen, the devil is not AI, is not the machinery that we use, right? But it's the people that's behind it.
That's right.
That's where the enemy comes in at. It ain't the machine, it's the people that use the machine. Because you could take anything that you use and you can use it for the wrong reason.
Mhm. That's true. That's why oftentimes you'll see people taking vacations, but you don't see the debt behind the vacation, right?
Oh, that's a good one.
Or they're showing their new car, but they're not showing you the payment behind the new car.
That's a good one because people do that all the time. They'll take a picture of the new car that they
Mhm.
just posted, and they want everybody to see this image of this new car.
Yeah,
But in that image that they're showing of that new car, they ain't showing the struggle that come behind having that new car,
that's right.
right?
That's true.
So we're putting something out there. Our business. You got a business,
Mhm.
right? You got your hair braiding business.
I do.
So if you're gonna post and you got a website,
I have a website, absolutely.
so if
But
you're gonna go ahead.
but with this business, it's just myself. I'm not gonna create a image of I have a studio and I have 4 to 5 braiders or cosmetologies in my business.
You're not gonna promote
Yeah,
that
I'm not gonna promote
if
that
you don't have
if
that.
I don't have it. You know what I mean? Imma be authentic about what's really going on with me. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And that's deception.
Mhm.
People can deceive people by making people believe something that is more than what it ain't.
That's true.
A lot of people, and this is important, y'all, because this is how people get catfished. Y'all remember that old word, people get catfished? They'll take somebody else's photo or a photo of somebody, some celebrity or something, and maybe not a celebrity because we'll catch that quicker, but somebody that looks different from them.
And another thing, Imma go back to the business,
Hmm.
portion of it. So with the business, I use it as creativity to market my business, showing what I offer there, my service that will be provided for you.
Absolutely, and you being real about it.
Yeah, I'm
You're
being
not you're
real.
not you're not creating something that ain't right.
That's true.
Right? Alright. So y'all hold on one second. We'll be right back. We're gonna come right back to this conversation because I think it's heating up. I believe it's heating up. All right, y'all. Josh and Sharon back at you with another hot conversation from the wall. Listen, we on the wall. We're looking at the cares of life. We're looking at what's going on down in the world from a different perspective, right? And we're choosing what we want to engage in and what we don't want to engage in because God have allowed us to climb on the wall. So we ask you all again to climb on the wall with us by liking and sharing and subscribing to this channel. All right. So listen, back to the business portion of that. I wanted to go right back to that. All right, because you like you were just describing, how you use AI and different things to enhance your business, right? Right. I think it would be helpful, right,
Mhm.
to a person that own a business, right, to to use it to polish
Yeah,
what they're doing,
that's true.
right?
Mhm.
But I don't think you're gonna go and pull images of braided hairs, people hairs braided and
That you
use
have
that
not done.
right, that you have not done and use that as your own content,
No,
right?
no.
That would be misleading, that would be created, that would be false.
Yeah, deception.
Because sometimes and reason why it matters because a lot of people will set up deception of things that they really can't do.
That's true.
Some people would take AI, right? AI is good to enhance something that you may have wrote, but if you use it to write something and then you present it as you wrote it, you might not really have a lot of knowledge about that you done presented because
Mhm.
you never wrote it. You never really took time to
So, in other
read it.
words, AI making people more sophisticated than they are.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people use it to try to put an image. Not everybody, because we sure don't.
Yeah.
Right? Because we get on here, y'all. We're just real people.
Dealing with real issues.
Absolutely. We're not trying to be y'all. You can listen to the way I talk. I don't try to talk all. And nothing wrong with educated people. I mean,
No.
but if you that, you that. That's what this conversation is really all about.
Yeah.
Be who you are. Right? I don't get on here, even though we have a nice presentation when we bring the podcast home, right?
Mhm.
But when we get on here, we're once the camera hits us, we're just real people,
Dealing with real issues,
right?
and that
Eh,
takes our focus back. We don't pretend to have all the
no,
answers.
I ain't gonna even try to act like I got all the answers.
Mm-mm.
So you might have the answer, but there are people that will promote themselves to be more than what they really are, and I think that, excuse me, and I think that's where we thank you. I think that's where we fall into a bad situation. Be who God created you to be. We should always try to improve ourselves, but we should never try to deceive people by making people believe that we're something that we're not. And people do that all the time. You know, just like it says running across the bottom. AI didn't invent what
Pretending.
pretending.
It just gave pretending better
It just
tools.
gave pretending better tools.
Mhm.
I seen the flyer. I seen this individual marketed themselves. I don't want to turn this into this type of conversation, but I'm just not big. I guess the way I grew up and the way I studied the scriptures, I'm not big on preachers marketing themselves. Asking people can they come preach. I believe that your gift will make room for you. Live the life, be who you are. Let people see the real you, and then it'll make room for you. I feel like there's a line should be drawn for when we create a flyer, then we're marketing ourselves for sale. It's almost like you're for sale. I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. Here's my booking number. Since when it's been okay to market ourselves in the gospel? When I thought that the gospel was never about us. I thought it was about Jesus, and we're just vessels that's used, for the glory of God, you
Yeah.
know, and so in that aspect too, in my spiritual world, we have to be careful as men and women of God, that we do not allow the tools of using AI, the tool of using ChatGPT, to swell our head up to make us think that we're more than that we really are. Because you could market yourself as much as you want to, but when the people get to see the real you, they're gonna really be able to discern really quickly that you're not of what you have presented yourself to be. You're right. You're not as educated as you have presented yourself to be. You allow the people to read and see. I talked a little bit earlier. I brought in about the catfishing. Um, um, I've seen little TV shows. Y'all all done seen it. Don't act like y'all haven't. Where uh, they had the catfishing show one time,
Mhm.
and the girls get on there. And I'm sure guys done it too, but mainly like a lot of girls get on there, and they'll try to get dates with people, and people fall in love with them and stuff, just having conversations down through the years or however long. I might be exaggerating when I say years, I don't know. But y'all get my point. And then when they finally meet them, my God, it don't be what they thought, what they portrayed themselves to be, right? And then it falls apart. Why? Because it's not. what it says it's gonna be. You know, people take pictures of cars. They sell cars all the time, right? They go and wash the car up, put it in the sunlight, get the right angles of the picture, and it looks good. We did that one time. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all about this here real quick. You remember when we had rode to Georgia,
Mhm,
right? And we went and looked at a car,
mhm.
and on the pictures it looked like it was nice,
Yeah.
and it was a
So when we got there,
yeah, it
it
was
was
a blue
different.
BMW. I think we went and looked at. We drove like what 4 hours,
4 hours to
4 hours,
Georgia.
and I was really convinced that when I come back, I wasn't gonna listen. I don't drive 4 hours every day just to go look at a car. I'm going 4 hours because I'm going to buy that car,
He was
right?
determined.
I was determined. And when we got there, the pictures that they displayed of this car made this car look so immaculate. Oh my goodness. When I got there, the car was all scratched up looking.
The
It was
inside
interior was tore up in certain areas. So they took pictures to give you the better look of the car. But when you got there, the car wasn't what they made it out to be. So there's a difference between enhancing
interior. Mhm.
and then just straight up lying,
Yeah,
right?
they straight up
Creating.
lied.
Yeah, wasn't truthful. So guess what? The result of that was I didn't buy the car. So we drove way on back. So we did stop. I think we stopped in Chattanooga or somewhere, and we got us a nice lunch at a restaurant we never had at. So that was the highlight of the trip. But the point is that you know, let's not allow the tool that we use, right, Chat GPT and AI, because I'm not against it. It's obvious that I use it myself, but I'm not going to allow it to create something about me that I'm not. You know, I'm humble. I'm just, me and Sharon, we're just, just,
We content.
yeah, we're just working people that we feel like that we have a message that we would like to share, conversation that we like to talk, things that talk about, things that we you see that go on, and just get on here and have conversations with you all about it.
Yeah.
You know, not acting like that we know everything and got all the answers because we definitely don't believe that. We don't have all the answers to everything, but it's conversational because everybody could think of somebody. Now, if we be honest about it, everybody could think of somebody that you done seen on social media and you done seen the picture of them. You like, now they know good and well they don't look like that. Men try to make themselves look thinner than they really is. No, don't try to make yourself look thinner. Just get thinner. Amen. Mine's a slow process. Y'all get off my back. All right. We working on that. Women try to make themselves look more, you know,
Yeah.
and we are all beautiful in our own ways.
Yeah.
We don't have to add all these filters. I mean, it was another, this all goes along with this conversation. It was another TikTok or something that we had seen, right? We just saw it the other night. And the girl, when you see her promotions to me is more than enhancing herself because she looked like two different people. When I think her boyfriend or something video her how she really is around the
At
house,
home. Yeah.
right? And
Versus how
I
she
never
present
seen her before,
herself
right?
on social media.
And I had never seen her before, and I just saw the markups, right? The created, and I was like, okay, she's a nice looking young lady, right? Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to diss anybody. We all beautiful in our own ways, amen. But then I saw him film her how she looked really around the house. And then I look back at the pictures that she presented herself as, and I said, "Come on, man, we're just going too far with this. You know, we're going too far with this." And you women and men that get on these dating apps and stuff, y'all putting up pictures of your cousins and them and everybody in them. You know, and then you wonder why when you finally meet a person, the person don't want to deal with you because you don't
Most
pull
of all of them.
you don't you don't post it false. So we got to remember we got to let's get back to seriousness. There's a line, you know, and created and enhancement. There's nothing wrong with if you take a picture and you want to brighten the light up in your picture a little bit. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Uh, you know, I don't want to say too much because you could easily fall into creating, right, something that you're not. So this just saying appearance. Like I said before, this even in our education levels, right? This in the type of homes that we live in, places that we vacation. You know, we try to fool people too many times. And I say we, I'm definitely not talking about me because I don't do it. But I see it too often where people try to fool people, make people think that they vacation or been somewhere they ain't. Then we become liars. You see how that go? You know, and then, and especially as men and women of God and Christians, we have to be careful that we don't fall into a trap of so much trying to put an image out before people that we got to hold to an image that people really don't even care about, right? Yeah, we have got in our delusional minds that people we have to hold these images that we done fabricated so greatly before people, when the same people you trying to hold up that image to, they really don't even care because they have their own life situations going on.
Yeah,
Am I making sense?
that's true. That's true.
What you got?
And now I was gonna take us to from the wall
Go
of
ahead.
scripture.
Mhm.
So from the wall, 1 Samuel 6 and 7 says, "For a man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh at the heart."
Absolutely. Yeah. So we looking at your hour to we 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 definitely looking at your outward appearance. So stop around here flogging it. God look at the heart. But hey, but here's a good thing though. Let's talk about that for a minute. Because what's on the inside manifests
On the
on the
outside.
outside. So what you portraying on the outside is what you feeling on the inside. But let's not feel things that we're not. Let's be who we are. Let's be happy with how God created us and how He made us. Nothing wrong with enhancing ourselves, right? We wear nice clothes, right? We buy nice shoes. We wear rings. We put watches on and different things, and So that's all a form of enhancement. You might um, have a job interview or something like that, and you need your resume done. There's nothing wrong with enhancing your resume to make it look better than you just writing it. You know what I mean? You don't want to lie on your resume.
And I'll be
People,
putting qualifications on that at you.
no, that's exactly what we're getting at. We don't want to do that stuff. Be real. That's the problem. Too many people being fake, right? Too many people and then people are promoting themselves and trying to sell themselves. And then what are you selling? You empty, right?
Wow.
You selling the image, but when we get to know you, then there's no substance. You need substance about yourself and everything. So we shouldn't be marking ourselves up to the point that it become created. We should only enhance ourselves, if we're gonna do that. Put some little filters, just like our studio here. We enhanced it, right? We didn't. We don't have a blurry background back behind us, like some people do. I don't know the reason for why people do that. You know, the Eiffel Tower behind you. You know good and well you that Eiffel Tower, and then you move too much, it's just going to be becoming blurry behind you and stuff. And man, what is that? What I mean, we're just going too far. You know, just be happy with who God gave you. So being real created or created. I want to be real in everything I do. You know, um, Nehemiah was on the wall. He wasn't busy being fake and presenting himself to be. Oh, I could build this wall by myself. I don't need nobody. What he did, he got families and brought them to the wall and again signed everybody their portion of the wall. If we get back and turn our face to the wall,
That's right.
right? Then we don't have to put forth a lot of these fake illusions to try to impress people who really don't really too much care about our situations anyway. You know why? Because most people are focused and they're locked in, laser locked in
On what they
on
got
on
going
what
on.
they have going on. So a lot of times we're trying to impress people. I gave a scenario one time where people buy a brand new car and they go to the light and they're driving in traffic. They get to the light and they might have rims on the cars and the music playing and everything. And they get to the light and they're looking at all the cars around them, wanting to see who looking at their new car. Okay, somebody might glance over there at you, and that's about pretty much all it's going to be. And then as soon as that light changed, you forgotten about them folk going on about their business, what they got to do.
Because it's just
But
for
you
the moment.
right, and you spending all that time to try to present something that you really not, right? You're wasting a lot of time trying to put forth an image that people really ain't too much caring about anyway. No, let's just be the best person that we could be in the sight of God. That's what we're looking to do. We're just trying to be our best in the sight of God. Let's be real about who we are. Let's be real about, you know, what we are, and let's get away from fakeness. You know what I mean?
That's right.
What you got?
Hey, I was going to talk about rapid fire,
Hmm.
real or created.
Go ahead.
If you give somebody a situation, whether they cross the line, what you gonna do? Keep it moving, right?
Mm,
You look at the beauty filters. Um,
mm,
it depends. Like when you're looking at the filters, is it gonna bring like a blemish, or is it gonna bring some contour? A lot of that plays a factor.
right, right. Some people overfilter themselves. Right? Am I right?
You're right.
They do. They be looking like somebody. I'm like, who is you? I'm such and such, such and such. Oh, I ain't never seen you look like that before. But listen, we just want to be real about who we are.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm definitely real about who I am. Man, hey, I'm Josh. That's it. You know, I don't never sit around and try to. It takes too much energy to be fake.
Mhm.
It's like lying. You know, you got to tell one lie to cover up the lie you told before.
Yeah.
And the lie you told before, you got to keep it going. After a while, you been forgot you told the first lie, and people don't figure you out, and you wonder why people distancing themselves from you because they done already figured you out, and you don't even know they figured you out because you ain't figured yourself out. Yeah, I said a lot just then, didn't I?
You
But
said a mouthful.
well, it's true, you know, but we got to be real to who we are. Let's turn our face back to the wall. Let's focus on the wall. Let's build what God have given us, right? And remember, and I'm gonna say this in my closing. Remember, being on the wall,
Uh huh.
you got a greater perspective over things.
Yeah.
You get to see things from a higher perspective, right? And you get to choose that you engage in and that you don't engage in. Why? Because you're looking at it from the window.
In the lenses.
Right. And you looking in. And sometimes you remember, like I said about window shopping, somebody that's in the actual store can only see the aisle that they're on. But that person that's window shopping looking through the window, they can see the aisle that that person on, the aisle that they're going to, the aisle that they came from. They see the wet flow sign, they see the spill on the floor. You won't see that until you actually get up on it, but somebody else standing on the outside can see it before you see it. So in other words, we're on the outside. And I'm just saying to people, listen, let's just stop being fake. People will sometimes see your fakeness before you ever can see it because you don't got so delusional in your fakeness, right? And promoting yourself and making everything about you
Mhm.
instead of about God. People figure you out, and people will figure you out. People are not crazy. People are not stupid. People figure you out.
You know, they used to say real recognize real and fake
Absolutely,
recognize fake.
absolutely. So, y'all, with that being said, I mean, this has been another conversation from the wall. I hope we said something today that'll help somebody. Y'all chime in. Y'all give us what y'all think. Give us y'all definition of real or created. Let us know what you think. Um, when does what?
When does enhancement
Hmm.
become deception?
Yes. So th- tell us what the line is.
So is it real or
Uh,
created?
right. Is it enhanced or
Mhm.
is it deception? Right. So for all y'all that want to make AI the enemy, AI is not the enemy, y'all. It's the people that's behind it. It's just another tool like anything else. Cars became a tool. You ain't have to walk no more, right? Planes became a tool that you ain't have to drive so far no more. It's just
Right.
a tool, and I enjoy using it, and we're gonna keep on using it, right? So, all right, y'all. Until next time, it's been fun. So until then, we'll have another conversation from the wall. Don't have a wall question this time, but maybe that is the wall question what we just gave, right?
Mhm.
All right. So y'all chime in the chats. Let us know what y'all think about the show today. All right, that's our time. See y'all.
Bye.
Thank you for watching this this episode of On the Wall podcast.